Just going to give it a few minutes, let people filter in. That's cool. I think we'll all be scrubbing floors by the end of this cycle, mate, if this keeps up, eh? It's good fun, though. Gotta love the volatility. Get rid of this. Lovely overlay. Go for broke. Yeah, right. Imagine not taking profit yesterday. Oof. This is the funny thing though, we're only 10% down from this time yesterday. So look, just giving it a minute to see what people say. Where am I looking? Just looking somewhere, doing something. Can you guys hear me all right? And can you hear the music in the background all right? So quick look. All right. Well, let's get into it, shall we? So, yesterday was fun, wasn't it? And look at that, look at that. Just shot up yesterday and then it's kind of completely recouped it all back today, even for Cardano. Look, pretty beefy. Cardano's now come back to test the golden pocket there, look. Where is that from? Let's have a look. Why is the 0 all the way up there? That should be where it is. And then, there you go. It bounces off the... I'm just going to redraw that later. Didn't actually fill the fair value gap on Cardano, they did it. That move. It's quite interesting. Come close, but I never actually filled it. Alright, anyway, let's have a look at Bitcoin. So here we are. Okay. So let's start on the weekly time frame. Okay. It's quite interesting what happened yesterday. Because we come all the way down here, look, bounced off the golden pocket 0.66 at 78,216 exactly. Right down here. And then it come all the way back up yesterday and closed above the upper trend, which is quite interesting. Okay, that was one hell of a wick yesterday. What was that on Bitcoin? 20%. I don't think it actually moved 20% yesterday. That's silly. Let's have a look. Yeah, I'll have one if you make one. Thank you. Let me drink that first. Sorry, wife's asking me if I wanted tea. So, Alright. Let's have a look. What did it actually do yesterday? So it's sort of from there up to here. So I only done 11% yesterday, which is still pretty good for Bitcoin. An 11% move in a day. It's quite high, isn't it? So it's going to be a bit slow getting into it tonight, I think. It's kind of one of them blues, isn't it? I don't really have a lot prepared to say, except that yes, I am still bullish overall on Bitcoin. However, I've moved away from the smaller time frames. Okay, I've moved away from the smaller time frames pure and simply because they're just not accurate enough. Okay, I mean, if when I say they're not accurate enough, like let's put the 15-minute down here. Okay, there's nothing really there that you can trade properly off the 15-minute for me anyway. I mean, for some might be different, but you can see like there was this move yesterday, the 15-minute. That would have been great for a scalper. That would have been amazing. But like these little bits, like you can't make any money off that. So I'm not looking at that. Let's get in. Let's have a look. So these green lines, if you remember, we drawn them on the last stream. Okay, I'm just trying to show it. There we go. Each green line here represents about 25k movement, and every time it's come up, it's retested, come up, retested, come up, not quite retested. So we can still watch the 73k, still watch 73, 74k for a retest. Still very much on the cards. I did say this yesterday over in the Discord when asked. It's still highly possible that we come down and test it because we haven't. And if we take the candles, 1 second, let me see if I can find where it's 2 bars. There we go. I want to take it from here to here. Okay. Right, if we stick it over the top, you can see the candle movement is very similar. Okay. Now, this was the expected movement here. I'll put this on my last stream. That's when we can expect a sort of movement. Look at the way the candles line up. Okay. So, if I was to backtrack that, now this is obviously, it seems to me like this movement here is this movement, but in a shorter time scale. Okay. So some of it's slightly reversed, but you can kind of see that it is quite similar. Okay, it's very similar movement. Okay, so possibly that we see a dip down. 72k. Yeah. Let me hide that for a minute. Okay, so it's still very much possible. Don't think it's not possible just because everything went our way yesterday for one day, you know. And yes, I was having a song and a dance about it all, but you know, everyone's crying that crypto's over, the bull run's over. It's not. Far from it. If we lose this support, 73,754. Let's have a look. Let me put one. Yes, I'd say about that, I think, but probably about there. Okay, so see that 68,243. If we lose that level, like, and I mean we lose it, we close below that, then I'll happily say that like we're going into bear season. Okay, I'll say the ball runs over, pretty much, because that's lost last year's previous range. Okay, range high, should I say? But until then, I mean, like this is just playing out exactly as it should be playing out. Let's have a look. Right, we need to redraw some stuff. So my area of interest here, still here, 120, with the target 150. Where's that gone? Let's turn that off. There we go. Why have I got two channels? I don't know why I've got two channels. I'm going to delete them for a minute because they're relevant now, you see. And then let's delete all these golden pockets because they've been taken out now, so it's time we've got to redraw these. Okay, we'll leave that FEG there. Is that still there? Yeah, that's there. Okay, so then that will make fair value gap. Okay, just leave it under group 1. So the target 150k is still there as a possibility. Okay, I don't think the market's over. I really don't. And I keep saying it until proven otherwise. Okay, however, what we do need to do is draw the fib. Okay, so if we take from the high to the low. Okay, so this goes back to January now. To 28th Feb. That's like our 1 month fib level. See where we are. Look at that. Bounce off the 786 nicely here. Okay, it front run the 786, which means we didn't fully reclaim all of yesterday's movement. Okay, so that's good. That's a bullish indication. We're still. Let's have a look. This is going to be funky. Now, if I extend that left a second, it should line up here. Look at that. I'll keep that one for a minute. Okay, so that's our new range. Perfectly valid. Okay. Can't go wrong with that. And this should actually be quite a good bounce. Okay, and then for right before the move up to yesterday's peak. Okay. Just trying to make sense of this movement because it's kind of. I'm going to go to the daily in a minute because there's something quite glaringly obvious, which is also a little bit concerning on the daily. Okay, but I don't want to go to it just yet. I kind of want to get a feel for what's what. Okay. So on the 4 hour, we've got our range. It's pretty simple, really. That range. We need to reclaim 98k and flip that. But we bounced off here on the 200-day MA quite nicely. Okay. So another thing on the daily I wanted to show you, which this another thing tells me that now it's like to get a good RR, we're going into weekly to daily time frames. Okay, forget the 15-minute, forget the 1 hour, forget the 4 hour. Really, forget that. I mean, you're looking more weekly and daily at the minute to get a good risk reward. But here on the weekly, we bounced off the lower 618 here. There's a possibility we can bounce off the 6.6, or it might recoup here. But if it reverses here, that's just as good. Okay. It's nothing glaringly obvious. There's no fair value gaps now. This has been filled completely. Okay, so there isn't one there now. There might be a CME gap. Where would I have a look for that? Let's have a quick look, shall we? Hey, Sid Loves, how's it going, bro? Let's have a look. Bitcoin. This Bitcoin CME futures. Okay. Yeah, so look, you got this massive gap here on the 4 hour, which has now been completely filled. Yeah, absolutely completely filled. Okay, I'll mark it as an FVG. It's not actually an FVG. This CME gap here was only partially filled. It wasn't fully filled. So from 78,750 down to 78, there's still a gap. Wasn't filled. Shock, horror. 93 to 92, there's a small gap. I mean, that's been filled. There isn't really a gap. This is quite funky. On the daily, there isn't actually a gap here on the daily, and there isn't a gap on the weekly. Okay, but on the weekly, again, it was only partially filled. Okay, 78.6 to 78. Like you can see it clearer down here, 78 to, yeah. So it's still a couple $100 not filled on the previous gap. Okay, this gap here fully filled. No point worrying about that now. Let it come down. I say fully filled. There's like $1, if that, on the 4 hour. It's only the 4 hour that there's that gap, which I'm quite surprised it's come down to take, because it's not really that strong. If it's not present on the daily, it's not present on the weekly, it's not really a stronger magnet. So I'm quite surprised that's actually come down to fill. And there's a gap here, but that was filled before going back down. I'd say there's just that little tiny pocket there. Yeah, and it would be the same on there. It's just an ever so tiny little gap now. So if it's come down to fill it on the 4 hour, okay, if it's come to fill that on the 4 hour, I'm surprised it doesn't come and fill that. Could technically say it's filled, but Now, what I wanted to show you on Bitcoin here on the daily, why I haven't done it. Okay. The reason why I didn't talk about the daily just now is because this is quite concerning. Okay, it's look at this, the way it's come up and then it's come down. There's a typical layout of a swing failure pattern. Okay, now swing failure pattern, if you didn't know, is when the price moves and then is completely recouped in the next candle. Okay. A wick can fill it, Il Capo. So, so the fact that this has come down, this tells us that there's more downside to come on the daily. Okay, this here. Okay, this is potentially bearish. Okay. So swing failure patterns, I love playing on the upside because when the price goes down, then it's fully recouped in the next candle. It means there is more to the upside. Okay, so the price is broken up, but then come completely down in the next candle. It tells me there's more downside to come. Okay. Would I consider this manipulation? No, not really. You'd see stuff like this back in 2017 all the time. So this to me is just normal movement. People that are new and kind of, I'd say, don't really understand, I'd say they pass this down as manipulation. Okay. I mean, it's no different to a movement on any other token, really. If it was any other token that this happened, you'd say, oh, it's just normal crypto movement. But because it's Bitcoin and it's a lot of money being moved, people would say, oh, it's manipulation. Okay. There is manipulation in crypto, don't get me wrong. You know, I'm never going to deny that, never going to dismiss that, but I wouldn't say this was manipulation. To me, what I'm actually excited about is I'd say that this shows the start of the alt season coming. Okay, the one thing I've been looking for is high volatility. Okay, crypto's known for volatility. So I'm talking through my nose now. Got a bit of a cold. When volatility starts coming into the market, it shows there's interest. Okay. WFP. What do you mean by WFP? SFP. So, just for reference, I would have thought the candle's just below your double top title. Here, swing failure. Is this bit what you're on about? That would not be a swing failure. Yeah, no, that's not swing failure. I can see why you think that. So this currently looks like a swing failure playing out. We won't know till it closes. At the minute, if it closes like that, that is not a swing failure. Okay, so, and it's the same as this. This is not a swing failure, so it has to be equal heights. So the candle's got to go up and the candle's got to come down to match the same amount of movement. So if it closes below, I wouldn't say it was a swing failure. It has to close at 85,909, give or take a couple of dollars, you know. But when it's a couple hundred, no. So now the stronger sort of like, so you see this here. This is a swing failure here, perfectly. Yeah. So candle bodies are equal in height. Yeah. What happened? It dropped, and then here it dropped more, and then completely recouped, equal in height, come back up, shot to the upside. Yeah. So yeah, I'm just saying that on the daily here, we've got to be careful that this doesn't turn into a swing failure. If it turns into a swing failure, there's more downside to come. How much, I do not know. I'm hoping, you know, it won't be more than 73.7. That's testing the top of the previous support, which is what I said on the last stream. Hopefully, is that if it reaches that level, that's where we're going to see a strong reaction. Okay, now it could come down and fill the FEG here at 70,000, which will be, that would be about right as well, if I'm honest. On the daily, let's have a look, because it's riding the tops a bit deeper into the previous range, but a stronger support level. Okay. Um, but that double top is normally quite strong for a reversal, usually. But then, as said on, let me have a look. Let me see if I can find the picture. A second. I posted it the other day. There we go. Oh, getting past it. Okay. This image here. So this image obviously taken from CoinMarketCap. This was the peak of 2017's run. Okay. This was 2021. Okay. Now it peaked and then it died, and everyone's like, "Oh no!" And then it shot up. Yeah. And it didn't cross the peak level here again. Okay, it didn't, but it did beat the previous all-time high. Okay. So if we can expect a double top, okay, like last time, then yeah, we can expect 120k, which is what I'm still looking at. Now, the one thing I haven't posted that I'm being optimistic about, okay, because it's easy to buy into this bullish narrative and only up and the bull run's not over, okay, but we have to look at what the chart's telling us. Okay, if I'm hoping for this 2021 previous run, okay, the other thing I cannot ignore is the 2017 run. See how it's a double top on 2017 and then it died. Okay, you can't ignore that. So there's that real possibility. The only reason why I haven't mentioned that is because there's enough fear going out. Okay, there's enough fear going out where everyone's like saying it's the end, blah blah blah. I honestly don't think we're at the end. I don't want to buy into Bitcoin's dead mindscape, so I am being overly optimistic, should I say. But it's important to get all your facts right. Okay, so it's possible that we're looking at a 2017 double top here, and that Bitcoin's deaded, deaded until it hits the floor. About, I reckon it'll be about here, 30 odd K. I don't know. Okay, but at the minute, until the charts say otherwise, this is the level 70, 73, 74. Give or take. I'm happy to go as low as 68 before I actually buy into Bitcoin's dead. Okay, now that's me personally. Okay, I've told you everything I think and see right now, and what you've got to be careful of. Okay, I'll go as low as Bitcoin tells me. Yes, Daddy. But until that level breaks on Bitcoin, like I can't really buy into it's dead. Okay, so it's like channels. You've got to allow for noise. So this could just be a lot of noise at the top. Okay, and we did actually hit the peak last year, kind of thing, or the telltale. You get the gist. God, I hate talking so much. Like I tend to lose my voice. And yeah, I know what you're gonna say, Colane, before you even say it. Shut up. Alright. Right, on the weekly, so we closed above the upper trend line. That was quite interesting to see. Okay. We're coming back down now. I'm hoping we retest 82, which will bounce off the long term 0.66. We bounced off the 618. In fact, I think we front ran it ever so slightly. Yeah, look. Literally probably by about $1. About $200, give or take. Okay. Now, what kind of emoji is that? Chewbacca, Wookie, I don't know. So 82, look at about 82 for a retest, which would actually play out nicely on this FPG. Although we fully filled this FPG, 82 there. Bounce off the 236 on the 4 hour. Let me get rid of that FPG. Now, hold on. Here's something that people, well, that I haven't noticed until just now. It's actually another fair value gap here. 80k. I don't like fair value gaps, really. I don't. But it's becoming more and more obvious that like they seem to be more and more respected now than when I was last looking at crypto. Unless I just didn't see them last time. Didn't really bring them to my attention. But then like we've also got a lot more stock markets. I mean, we've got another one here. Okay. So these are gaps to watch. Once you actually start looking, you can see them, and it's a lot easier to just find them yourself than it is to waste an indicator on TradingView to mark them for you, because they're not always that accurate. Okay, I mean, like look, there's a FEG here which was filled. Yeah, look at that, filled. What happened? It bounced off. Yeah. There isn't anything here. To find an FEG, it's just 3 candles, guys. Okay, so you got your lower, your middle, so your first, your second, and your third. And if you've got a wick top and a wick bottom and a huge candle body in the middle, that's an FEG. Fair value gap. Okay. So what's going to happen here is either my channel here is going to play out as expected. Okay, and we see a reclamation of this FEG on the upside, or this is going to fail on the channel, come down, reclaim this FEG, and then come back up. Okay, that's the only 2 options on Bitcoin right now, from what I can see, unless it comes down here, obviously, and retests the 74k. Which again, we can't complain about. That would be nice. Let me just remove the extend left line. There we go. I don't like the left line so much. The right line, having it to the right is always great for me, because like it tells me as the candles are going. Okay, so it's predictive rather than what's the word? Based on the past, I guess, whatever that word is. Alright, so this is Bitcoin. Let's have a look at USDT. Okay, so it's quite interesting. So there was a strong rejection at this level here, and looking at it, you kind of could have seen it coming. You could have kind of saw that coming. 5.5%. So just lining it up a second. Okay, so that would have been resistance. You see that? So why would that be resistance, guys? It's quite strong resistance as well. Yeah, goes all the way back. So it's been flipped, retested, it's failed a few times. Like, it's quite a strong, important line really for resistance. So could we see, in fact, hold on, look at this channel. That channel's quite nice, isn't it? Possibility that dominance starts reversing here again, and maybe see more upside on Bitcoin. Could be interesting. There's a lot of people that thanks, Caroline. Appreciate it, bro. No one's forcing you to watch it. Lol. Right, let's have a look at Bitcoin dominance. So, like, let's see, this target I drawn out ages ago. This target, when was that? Back in November. Yeah. And it's still respecting that target level. We've had a couple peaks. Now, you want to get concerned if, like, look at that double top on Bitcoin dominance. Ooh. So remove that target. It's all on stream. So remember this alt season trap when I said that was coming in and everyone laughed at me. It didn't really laugh, but you know. Look at that double top. Double top on Bitcoin dominance. Not nice. That is, well, actually, no, that is really nice. Okay. The channel wasn't bad. That's actually good news for a double top on Bitcoin dominance, guys. Go on. Tell me why. Tell me why that's good news for a double top on Bitcoin dominance. Bear in mind this is only on the 4 hour. Doesn't hold much weight. But it holds some weight. But go on, tell me. Oh, okay, hold on. It's there on the daily as well. Yay! Claim wins. I should have a prize thing, shouldn't I? But yeah, basically, because alts, yeah, Il Capo got it as well. It's good for alts. Okay, so for alt season start, you need a sustained drop in Bitcoin. Okay, and you need dominance to start dropping with it, and you also need to see alts start rising. People usually use Ether as an indicator, because the total market cap isn't a good indication. Okay, like that's not good. That's not good. See the way it's flipped that. I mean that was kind of loosely drawn anyway by the looks of it, but there, a bit more accurate. Maybe, I don't know. Let's leave it there. If I make that wider, will that sort of? No, doesn't make a difference. But yeah, it bounced off that anyway, so it's come up, bounced off. So the total market cap is like everything in crypto, by the way. Okay. I'm just trying to have a look real quick. So basically, when I mark double tops and stuff like that, I'm looking at candle close. Okay, I'm looking for the body to close. When I look at patterns, I'm looking for the actual candles. I'm not looking at the wicks for patterns. Okay. And it's pure and simple. The reason for that. Okay. I'll show you now. Let's have a look on Sol, because there's cup and handle on Sol here. See, body close, body close, body close, body close. Okay, makes this perfect cup. If I was to go for wicks now, like none of the wicks, like from here, none of the wicks line up. Okay, but the bodies do. Okay, so that's why when you look at patterns, if you're a pattern trader, look for the bodies, not for the wicks. Okay, now saying that, you can have some leeway. So for example, like down here, you could have a wick off. Now, if you entered in down here, then spot on, you know, that was my last call. Now, the other thing is, like, if the candle actually comes down to here, that would be even better as well. Gives us another re-entry. Okay. Alright, let's have a look. Sorry, I kind of flicker between the two a little bit and just sort of, I ramble. That's why this is called Rangers Rambles. And sometimes, somewhere in those ramblings, you may find a bit of gold. No gold. Okay, let's have a look. So USDT dominance. It'd be nice to see a rejection here. Means Bitcoin will start coming back up, or at least alts, because Bitcoin dominance seems to be dropping. I'm not 100% confident on that double top, but we shall see how that plays out. I'll leave it marked for now. Only time can tell. Okay, because look, if you look, the dominant Bitcoin dominance, no matter what, is still in an uptrend. Yeah. Okay. So we're still in an uptrend on Bitcoin dominance right now. Everyone's like, hey, how does that work? We're in an uptrend, but I'm losing money. Just the way it goes. Let's remove that. Let's have a look. This is actually quite interesting as well, because now it's starting to give a triangle formation. Let's do it from here. Bears are fucked. They are indeed. Hello. So now normally on a wedge like this, because it's an ascending wedge, it's generally a bearish indication. Usually. Okay. If the wedge was the other way around, to me it would be more bullish. So we could retest the double top, break down. This would be quite interesting. Could do that, but eventually break down. Okay, I'll leave that there for now. Bitcoin dominance, that would be great. Okay, that would be an amazing play out for alts primarily. But then, have we seen dominance go higher? Let's have a look. Oh, we have, yeah. Look at that. Okay, when was that? Ah, 1st of January. Okay. And it's slowly coming back up. Don't worry about all the M's and the MX's. It's on my indicator, Night Ranger's indicator. Pretty simple if you want to find it on TradingView. The M is when the MACD crosses above, and the MX when the MACD crosses below. So it's where the signal line crosses the MACD line. Is it the MACD line? Something like that anyway. So yeah, that's where you find all that. Let's have a look. Okay, I'm happy with that for now. Actually, I'm not 100% confident on that double top. I'm not. On the weekly, you've got a little W here, but it's not a very good W, to be honest. USDT dominance, let's have a look. So Bitcoin dominance, I'd say here is bearish. Be nearish, yeah. Let's put that on there. It's on stream now. I can't take it back. Shock. I mean, looking at this, we're in an uptrend, we're in accumulation, and the MACD shows bearish. Yeah, leave my mechanical keyboard alone, mate. It cost me £278 for this keyboard. It's a good one, apparently. Right, let's have a look. What we need to see is a bearish dominance on USDT as well. But I don't really see it because, you know, I mean, the channel dictates it easy enough anyway, but still, we're in an uptrend. Ooh, there's a cup. And there's a market maker. There's an M. I like drawing M's and W's. You see them everywhere when you see them. It's actually part of a Gartley pattern, I think someone told me. I have to look into harmonics at some point. A lot of people trade harmonics and make a lot. So you got an M there, you got an M there, you got a W, you know. But this, what I'm looking at here is that. Now, where's the low point? There. Okay. This could be dangerous on USDT dominance, because that's quite a nice little cup. And it's here as well. Thankfully, it's not really there on the daily. It needs to come up to here. Yeah, I can't really see it on the daily. Definitely can't see it on the weekly at the minute. But you can on the 4 hour. So let's find midpoint. Okay, that's midpoint. So then, let's have a look. Let's just do an arrow. That breaks it out to 6.61%. That's horrible. I don't like that. I was looking for a damn bearish indication, and I get a bullish indication for USDT. Now, I'm not saying that that's going to play out, because it's not there. It's not there on the daily. It's not there on the weekly. Okay, but it is there on the 4 hour, so short term. So let's have a look. Let's see how well this resistance holds out here at 5.5%. And then that's the midpoint, so that should be support there. Okay. I don't like that. But just because I don't like it doesn't mean that it's not there. Why was I looking for a bearish indicator? Because of Bitcoin dominance. Yeah, so we've got a bearish dominance on Bitcoin. I was looking for a bearish indicator on USDT because then that to me would tell me that alt season is here. Okay, because if the money's coming out of Bitcoin but it's not going into USDT, it means there's only one place it can go, and that's into altcoins. Okay. But it appears that it's coming out of Bitcoin into USDT. Okay, so if it's coming into USDT, it means people are taking profit. They're cashing out. We don't want them cashing out, because if they cash out, then alts aren't going to take off. At least not yet, anyway. I mean, we've had an amazing 2 years on Bitcoin. 18 months to 2 years. Amazing. You know, so like even if like we have flipped into a bearish market on Bitcoin, it doesn't matter. We've had an amazing 2 years with Bitcoin when you look at the charts. Okay. So now I'm looking more for indications of alt season. Now, there's a possibility that it comes out of Bitcoin into USDT for a period of time and then starts flowing into alts. Okay, but for the short term, with USDT potentially rising with this cup and handle on play in an uptrend, you know, there's a possibility that short-term Bitcoin is bearish. Okay. It's like if Bitcoin is rising, USDT is rising, it means money's coming out of vaults. Okay. If Bitcoin is dropping, USDT is rising, it means money's coming out of Bitcoin. Yeah. Which means it's also coming out of vaults. If USDT is dropping, Bitcoin is dropping, then alts should start pumping. Alright, I'm just gonna give it a second. I think my internet's having issues as well now. That's not good. And okay. If anyone's watching, I'm not quite sure what's going on with my internet and everything right now. Haha, the market maker doesn't like me. I'm giving away its game plans. Hey, what's up, Fur? How's it going, bro? Is the stream coming through okay for everyone? Can you hear me fine? Okay, so where were we? Cool. Glad to hear it. Right, okay, so alright, cool. Okay, here we go. So yeah, USDT dominance looks to be bullish. I mean, it's there here anyway. Oh, excuse me. It says on my indicator, uptrend accumulating, and it's bullish. Okay, we've got a nice little cup there on USDT dominance. We'll see if that plays out. We can definitely see a rejection here at 6.7% for USDT. That'd be really good. That'd be great. We could expect one there. I mean, it's a key level really. But till then, I mean, it's blood, isn't it? It's blood. It's gonna bleed. Oh no. Bitcoin dominance shows bearish. Bitcoin USDT kind of looks okay at the minute. This FEG here that I've marked that preemptively. Okay, so it's not actually an FEG there yet until this candle closes in another hour and a half. Okay, if the candle closes in the next hour and a half, then it is an FEG and it needs filling. Okay. We've got this one below us. This would coincide with USDT and Bitcoin dominance, where we've got a bearish dominance, a bullish USDT dominance. So it all depends what Bitcoin is going to do here. If it respects this channel, happy days. Let's see it come back up to 98k, please. Or at least 91, 92. Okay. On the daily, let's have a look. We've got an hour and a half till this closes. It's very small movements right now. I really hope that this does not turn into a swing failure pattern. Okay. If that turns into a swing failure pattern, we are going down. So it's worth keeping an eye on that. Okay, let's have a look at some alt, shall we? Ether has now broken out of the wedge. What a shame. That isn't good. I mean, it's riding like on the weekly. It's riding support here. Okay, but I don't like Ether. I hope Ether hurries up and dies. I do. Okay, but at the same time, people use it as an indication to see if alt season really is here. Okay. I don't. I'd rather look at other indications. But hey, it is what it is. But the fact that it's broken out of that wedge to the downside, to me, is not a good sign. So on the weekly, it says downtrend, accumulation, and we're bearish. Okay, so let me be clear what this accumulation means. So the accumulation means it is anywhere between 70 and 30 on the RSI. Okay, that's usually the accumulation area. Okay, ranging area, so to speak. So let's have a look on what's it doing on the daily. Okay, broke out of that uptrend, but again, I mean it's same support. Okay, that's the support line there. This is really the levels you want to see. You want to see a reaction along these levels. Okay, I mean on the 4 hour, it's doing exactly as it should do. Okay, on the 4 hour, it's you should be going long here. On Ether, it's just that I don't like that. I don't like the fact that it's falling out of that wedge. I've got nothing to say about Ether right now. Nothing good, at least, other than it's riding that support. And if it loses this support, let me just flip it there. Yeah, if we lose that support, it's not good. So, yeah, same place, yeah. I mean, the 4 hours showing a bounce off the support. So, we had a dead cat bounce here, which actually turned into something, but then it's been instantly reclaimed. It's just I can't read this chart for Ether. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I can't read this chart. I mean, in terms of the channel, I mean, every time it's come down here, it's had a rejection off it. So in theory, it's good for a long. It's just on this weekly here that I don't like. That's thrown me. All 3 time periods are showing downtrend, accumulation, and bearish. But then we've also got a long indication here. Now with these indications, they're not like it's going to go long now. As you can see, like we had the indication to go long here, it dipped down, but then it shot up. So are we going to see the same sort of play out here? We've had the go long, it's dipped down. Are we going to see it shoot up to 50%? I don't know. Where is that? There. Okay, so that's there. Dip down. I mean, possible. Maybe. Only time will say on that one. If it repeats. Oh, I got a cold, sorry. Alright, let's have a look at Sol anyway, because I'm actually quite interested in this one. So, I called this. Would have made quite a nice bit of profit yesterday. If people bought in at that 128, 127. Now, at the same time, you see this wick. Okay, this is what I was going to say on Bitcoin as well. One thing I've noticed with this trend, and there's actually a whole theory on this now, where people are actually starting to follow this. Generally, the direction of the wick will dictate the trend. Okay. So, for example, this wick down here is like, oh, Bitcoin's going to come back down to here before it takes off. Yeah. If we get another wick lower, it's going to come down to fill that wick eventually. And like, there's a whole thing about it on the web at the minute. But it's got some validation to it. It's worth looking at. Sol had a double top turn bearish. This the cup and handle cut off. If it goes below that on a candle body, if it closes below, it's invalidated. Okay. Now, saying that, it's crypto. Okay, so you've got to allow a bit of fluctuation. So for me, my cutoff will be if it closes below 118. Okay. So look, do I have a what's position? No, that's not. No. Daily high, confluence, retest. Okay, retest will do. So if it drops below that retest, 100% candle close below that, it's out. Okay, so that's my fluctuation from 128 to 118, a $10 fluctuation. That's all I'm going to give it. Okay, hopefully I'll be able to rebuy around this area because my target up here is 340. That'd be nice for alt season. Okay, there's another reason why I say the run isn't over. Okay, because now we're starting to see, if you remember on Bitcoin, this time last year, I started following a cup and handle on Bitcoin. And it reached the target. Okay, I targeted 105 and it went to 108. So that was this time last year on Bitcoin. So now if it's starting to align up on alts, then who knows? Maybe this time next year we've all made a nice chunk of profit. Who knows? But yeah, I'm not worried overall. Like let's get it out there. I'm not overall worried at the minute about the reclamation of yesterday's pump. Okay, because yesterday's pump was expected but unexpected. Okay, so a lot of people, not just me, a lot of people were saying that, you know, Bitcoin's going to come back up to this level, blah, blah, blah. We just weren't expecting it in one candle. Okay. But it did. It come back up to those levels, and now it started retracing again back down to the levels that we were at pre-pump. That's fine. Okay, it's not a problem. Not a problem. What'll be a problem is if it closes on the match and turns into a swing failure pattern, because then we will see more downside. How much more downside, I don't know, but we will see more downside on a swing failure pattern, bearish. Okay, Cardano, I drawn this yesterday. No, I drawn this earlier today. Okay, I wanted to see how much of a retrace on Cardano before I actually need to worry. And so far, look, it's front ran the 0.618 on a retrace. So this shows this is a healthy retracement so far. Okay, at least on Cardano. Okay, at least on Cardano. Let's have a look at Sol. Can we see it on Sol? Let's have a look on the daily. Move that down. There we go. So yeah, we've already lost the 618. Oh no, hold on. I did that wrong. Sorry. I did that completely wrong. My bad. Okay, we want to go from just before the pump to the top of the pump. I mean, yeah, we've lost it. Either way. Okay. So if we go from the top to the bottom, like that. Okay, it come up and it's rejected off the golden pocket. Okay, that will tell you again more downside. Okay, so that pump, this is like, again, this tells me it's just normal crypto movements right now. Okay, this isn't movements that we should all be scared about. It's not movements that like would be deemed manipulation. Okay, which Colleen asked right at the start, I think, with Bitcoin. Okay, but let's have a look at Bitcoin, see if it does the same. So from the top to the bottom, we come on and we bounced off the 0.5 exactly. Okay, so the fib levels are still shown. Bounced off the 0.5, come down to the 786. You know, let's leave those fibs up there for now. Okay. So the levels are still aligning, so that's good. Shows that it's not manipulation that people are worried about. It's when it does it when the fibs aren't aligning or the key levels aren't aligning. You know, like look at that. Look at that. So what is this? Sol. Okay, Sol on the 4 hour. Look, it's not even come down to the halfway point. It's front ran the halfway point. So that could be the floor is in on Sol here. Support there. Yeah, I mean that's a weak support. Okay, it's a weak support, but it's held. I say it's a weak support. Let's have a look. I mean, it's not that weak. Like, look, it's retesting the areas here from June last year. kind of currently with the price. Support is actually, you know, so it's not that weak a support. Should hold. Now if it bounces here and it comes back up, we can expect at least the top of the channel, which will be good. But if you've noticed again, like it's where it's come up, it's hit the 200 day on everything, I believe. Not on Ether, okay. It did on Bitcoin, hit the 200 day. Sol, 200 day. ADA, it smashed through the 200 day. XRP smashed through the 200 day, you know. Let's close that one. So yeah, I mean, it's quite interesting. I'm excited. The more I look at it, I am excited, but I'm also wary. Okay, because I don't like swing failure patterns on the bearish side. They go against what I'm thinking at the minute, but you can't rule them out. XRP. I mean, this is another thing, okay, right? Everything that went up has come back down, and it's lost the 200 day. It went above, and then it's come down. When it bounced, rejected off the 200 there. Ether didn't even make the 200. Bitcoin hit, rejected off the 200, and then we got Cardano. Still not even retested the 200 on the retrace, guys. So, like, you know, Cardano is going to perform wow. It's going to perform wow when it takes off. So just like make sure you're ready for it, because like I can't give you a better warning than that right now for Cardano. Okay, and I'm not just saying that because I'm bullish. I mean, like, it's just there in the charts, guys. Okay, like, I mean, it's rejected off the 618 here, off the golden pocket, rejected it on the dip down after yesterday's move. You know, and it's still not even retested the 200 day MA, whereas everything else is retested and failed. Like, watch it. That's all I'm saying. I mean, like, XRP seems to like retesting the 25 day MA on the weekly. Okay, so the 7, the 10, and the 25, it likes the 25 day as its trend line floor. Let's draw that in now. Okay, can't really draw it in on a trend line. All right, I'll leave that, but you can see it there anyway. You know, we're still green on the daily, still green on the weekly, technically still green on the 4 hour, technically. Maybe a little bit bearish, just a little bit, incy wincy bit. Okay. Root. Now I'm actually heavily exposed in Root, way more than I'd like to be. It's by far my biggest spot bag. Not financially, but in terms of tokens. Okay. I do like Root as well. Okay. I originally bought back in like up here somewhere, 11 cents, and I've had to DCA all the way down, and it's just killing me. Killing me softly. Hey, Cuckoo. So I'm hoping Root actually performs well, so I can at least get my money back. It'd be nice. So let's get rid of that. Keep my entry. Still in a bearish trend for now. We'll see. Hey, how's it going, SA? Right, so basically that's gone through everything that I've got up here at the minute. So now it's over to you guys, really. Shout me some tokens you want me to have a look at. Anything you want to talk about, discuss. Ave Weekly, of course I can. Let me get it up on all time frames. I wish like there was a way that it would just do this. Training View should do better. Like, look at that. That played out perfectly last time I'd done that on the 4 hour, didn't it? Okay, let's have a look. When did I last do Ave? I don't know. Let's clear that channel because that's rejected. That's rejected. Let's clear some of this up. Keep this because it's still valid. We are in a downtrend. Let's move it up a little bit so we can see it. The purpose of this, like downtrend and uptrend arrows, isn't to be like pinpoint accurate. It's just to give you the overall direction. Nice and easy, so you can see it, I can see it, everyone can see it. We know the trend straight away. Okay, just in case there's any doubts. Okay, so it looks like it's going to test the 200 day. And interestingly, it gave a bullish indication here. And then it gave a bearish indication here. So that's good for the weekly, I guess. Golden pockets, both are irrelevant. So really on the weekly, you want it to hold this. Okay, so it hit the trend here. Let me put a uptrend. Okay. So it bounced off. I say perfectly. I mean, there's nowhere else really to tie it to, but you kind of want to see the rejection here, which is also a key level for support. Okay, so you see here how it broke through, rejected, retested, and then broke through. Okay, so now it's retesting. So this is a key support level right now at 183. Okay, let's put support. Let's have a look on daily. Daily, we've got a bullish indication, but I don't know how accurate that will be, considering we had a bullish indication here, followed by a bearish indication, and then a breakout. Interesting. But yeah, same thing applies. It's retesting. Okay. So it's key support. Okay, we've lost the 200-day MA. That's fine. I don't know why my phone does that sometimes. Like, just Google Gemini is like, ooh, I want to hear what you're saying. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't even say, like, hey Google or anything like that. So I don't even know why it's doing that. Never mind. Right. Stop muttering. Right, let's have a look. Obviously, downtrend. Retesting. This is actually okay. It's actually my favorite kind of wedge right now. So did I do one on Bitcoin? No. Did I do it on Ether? Where did I do that wedge? I was showing you guys that I said I didn't like. There. Okay. So you see how this ascending triangle or ascending wedge is bearish? Okay. on Bitcoin dominance. Let's have a look at AVE. We now have a let's have a look. Bring it down to the support. Oh no, hold on. I'll cock that up. We now have a descending wedge. Now, descending wedges are generally bullish. Okay, so you can expect to bounce here. I don't know whether it will come right up to the top here, but say it does, come back down, and then we can expect a breakout. Okay. So I actually quite like that. Now, whether it goes to break out on this move up or whether it comes back down and then breaks out, I don't know. But that's the pattern that I can see there, which is quite nice. So that's on the daily. I wouldn't really say it was there on the weekly, although it is. I'm not going to draw it on the weekly. And I'm certainly not going to draw it on the 4 hour because it'll just like be forever. But yeah. If you wanted a long opportunity, it's retesting that key level. You know, so if you were to put money on it, you know, at best they're educated guesses, guys. Okay. You're not set because of my stream. Fair enough. It's 5 to 11 for me. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I like AVE. Alright. I'll leave AVE up for a minute. I can't really see any setups on XRP. I mean, but again, on XRP, it retested support, you know. So yeah. Now on the 4 hour, it looks to be retesting resistance. Haha, Viva la resistance. Yeah. So if it flips that, bullish. On the daily, we seem to be retesting. We've retested the support already, so the support's held there. Okay. Let's have a look at NEAR. I haven't looked at NEAR for quite a while now. I don't like NEAR. It did liquidate me a while ago. Support. It failed that support big time, didn't it? Look at that. Oof. Right, on the weekly, on the daily, let's zoom out. Right, let's get rid of all these horrible drawings because these are all old. I haven't looked at NEAR for quite a while. Look, $7. I mean, you can't argue with the prices we're getting at the minute, really. But you see how it's rejecting off the 200-day continuously at the minute. It's quite interesting. I'll have a look at MKR after NEAR. So let's get rid of some of these. Okay. Right, on the daily again, it's kind of lost. Lost it at the minute. Still got an hour to go for candle close on the daily, so as long as it closes above that, great. We're currently below it. Well, mind you, allowing for fluctuations, you see. Let's allow for a fluctuation, shall we? So I'm going to put that there. It's just under, and I'm going to mark that support for argument's sake. For argument's sake. Hey, no worries, Hillcat, man. Thanks for watching, bro. still downtrend. Right, so in case you're wondering why you're always seeing me doing the uptrend and the downtrend arrows, okay, I do it for a psychological reason. I know just by looking at it we're in a downtrend. You know by looking at it we're in a downtrend, okay. But if I don't draw that downtrend arrow, I'll think, right, we're hitting support, chance to go long, let's get bullish. Yeah. So it evens out the equilibrium. That's a bit of a mouthful. One of them. I just call karma. Okay, it balances out the karma. Okay, so it also helps you build a clearer picture. The more indications you have, the better. Okay, the more points of confluence, the better. Okay, so by drawing everything you see, you can weigh it up. Like, you know, there's like 3 bullish indications, 10 bearish indications. You're bearish. There's 3 bearish indications and 10 bullish indications. You're bullish. Yeah. So that it's a psychological thing. Okay, makes it easier. But again, I don't really see a setup on near as of yet. It's retesting support, resistance, whatever. Come back to it in a few days. Let's have a look at MKR for Medic. Let's bring it all up. I'm going to have a look to see if I can get it so it switches it on every single sheet. Okay, MKR. What is MKR? Oh, what's the actual name? Okay, again, downtrend. Not surprising, everything's in a downtrend right now. What's interesting on the 4 hours, how much it's maybe is it interesting enough to care. Okay, there's a nice little channel here on the weekly. Now it's broken out of that channel, but has it? Okay, I'm going to draw this and I'm going to tell you why I am drawing this. Okay, I've drawn that because we broke out here, failed on the retest, come down to the half point. Okay, we broke out again. So is it going to retest the channel top? This is the only reason why I'm drawing this channel. Is it going to retest the channel top on the weekly? Yeah. Because if so, it would be sort of next week. And I say that because of the support. Yeah. See that? So, well, no, it should be this week or next week that it retests. I don't think it'll be any longer. I mean, 2 weeks there, 2 weeks, maybe 3. Okay. I'll be watching. I wouldn't enter a position right now. You need it to retest. To show there's a breakout on the support, you need a retest, Medic. Okay? So I'll be eyeing up 1100 on MKR. Now, saying that, there is always the possibility. So, like, what I'm about to do, you don't normally see. Okay, because people don't normally do it, but on the MAs themselves, okay, is draw a support line. Okay, I don't put a lot of weight on it, but I would class that as a support. Okay, so from the bottom of the MA here to the current MAs here, okay, it is a technical support. I'll call it a technical support. Okay, the real support is at 1100, but you could say there's support here at 1300, which it bounced off already twice with the candles. Okay, and this is based off the MAs. I still wouldn't be looking for a long on the long term just yet, but at the same time, it could be an early indication. Look at this. There's a W. Let me screwed that one up, didn't I? Let me just do that. Okay, you get the idea. So possible. Let's have a look on the daily. Okay. So again, it's the same channel. Okay, but I'm going to draw it a bit tighter this time. So on the daily, that channel dictates that we are coming back down to at least the midpoint, which is 900, which is okay, 900. So let's put a support there. And I say that because in the midpoint of the channel, when people look at channels, they don't necessarily look at the midpoints, but I do. I keep the midpoints there because the midpoints are quite often respected, and then because people take it out, they just go top to bottom. They get caught out by these little movements where it doesn't quite hit the top, so they've missed their exit. But then if it doesn't quite hit the top, you know that it's coming back down to the midpoint. So you should be looking for an exit at your midpoint. If you've opened along here, it's not hit the top, it's coming to the midpoint. You need to get out as soon as possible. Yeah? And it's the same here, where it's come down, not hit the bottom. Okay? If you've got a short here, and it's not hit the bottom of the channel, it's coming back up to the top. So like the midpoints are quite a good little indication. Okay, because that's kind of where you want to exit, as like late as you can or as early as you can, however you sit. But because this rejected off the top of the channel, I'd say that's coming back down. You've got 900 here, which coincides with what we were saying about the weekly, about retesting. So if that's right, hold on. 4, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks tops for 910. But it's not going to be that long because you can see on the daily, probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I ain't even going to try and estimate the actual time. It's too much hard work. Let's just draw the levels and see on the 4 hour. Let's have a look. I'm going to draw a different channel on the 4 hour. Nah, doesn't really. I mean, that's the best, really. You could say that was noise, but that would be one hell of a noise. I mean, it's still a bearish indication, though, isn't it? But again, I mean, it's pretty much front ran the midpoint here. Bounced off the 200 day, it's coming back up. You're looking at the top, so about 1570 short term. You'd be looking for a short, but you want to see how it reacts at that level. Okay, so let me draw in the resistance. Okay, you want to see how that reacts when it comes up. You're welcome, Cuckoo. You have a good one, bro. I mean, also, there's actually, let's have a look. There's this channel here. That's why it's important to. Did you see what I forgot to do? I wonder if you did see what I forgot to do. Let's remove that. So what didn't I do on this that I've done on all the others? Okay, I had my little bearish downtrend and uptrend. Okay, so this is a very clear uptrend. Okay, I'm just trying to get that straight. Okay, so again, you're looking. I mean, it's the same. It's the same level, 1513. Okay, but now it's the midpoint of the channel in which we're expecting it to come down for a potential long, which is 1300. Yeah. So, and like you can see from we've gone from a bearish on the weekly, marking out 1100, 1300, to bearish on the daily, eyeing up 900. Okay, to bullish on the 4 hour, eyeing up 1500, looking for 1300. Okay, now that 1300 on the 4 hour lines up perfectly with the support on the EMAs on the weekly. Okay, you can't make it up. Okay, you just see me go through it. So yeah, you know, that's kind of where you'll be looking, I think. So quite a strong bit of confluence around what's this? This is 1,000 roughly, 900 here, and then 1300 here. So yeah, if it breaks here, coming down, and that's quite a big drop really. I mean, you've got quite a bit of support there that's not being sort of utilized. Okay, I say utilized, it's not really been retested. If I draw it there, you'll see what I mean. It's kind of midpoint between all that. Okay, so again, 1,000. Okay, so it's up to you what you do with that information on MKR. That's kind of what I'd be. That's what I'm eyeing. Any other tokens out there people want me to have a look at for you? I did, yes. I can go over it quickly. So I'm still eyeing up this 128 level. Okay. Yeah, I'll have a look at Sui for you as well. Nikki, sorry. So Solana, I'm still eyeing up 128. I'm not worried about it coming back down, okay, because that's one heck of a wick down and a retrace. Okay, so the candle's kind of, you know, you're welcome, Medic. The only thing I'm worried about at the minute is like this potential swing failure pattern. Okay, and it's like on all the major cryptos. Okay, I need to watch for the swing failure pattern, because if that closes at equal body height as the pump, we are coming more downside. Okay, so how much downside I don't know, I can't say. Okay, but it's like a swing failure pattern on a bullish indication, so you'll see it on Bitcoin here. So bearish swing failure pattern here, bullish. Yeah, so on the daily, the last thing I want to see like is a potential swing failure on the daily, because that means more downside. Now, in one sense, it wouldn't be too bad, because I've been eyeing up 73,000 for a while. Okay, as most of you that follow me all know. And again, it will give us good buy entries, but this is why I put this retest. Okay, so when I've done this cup and handle on the last stream on Solana, okay, Pure and simply, 128 is the cutoff for it to fail. Okay, AJ. If the sorry, I had a brain fart then. Right, so 128 is the cup and handle invalidation. Okay, but this is crypto, it's not stocks. All the patterns that we see were made for stocks, so we have to allow some leeway, some give and take. Okay, until we've got more history to go off, we have to allow a bit of give and take with the patterns. So for that, my cutoff is this, where I'll put retest at 118. Okay, that would allow as well for, if this is a swing failure, for more downside. Okay, now we don't really want to see more downside, but if it happens, it happens. There's not a lot we can do about it. Okay, so I'm allowing for a small candle close below 128, which would be the cup and handle invalidation, down to 118 before I completely rule out this cup and handle with a 340 target. Okay, that's what I expect on Solana. Currently it's retesting the support, which is good, so that's fine. Let's have a look. Sui. Let's bring up Sui. Do I have it Sui on my list? I should do. It's one quite often I get asked to look at. Yes. It's only spot. It's not futures. But that's fine. Let's remove all that. Hey, you're welcome, man. Always happy to share what I think. And if it helps you guys, that's a bonus. You know? Now look at that, where I marked resistance. That was just choppy. Haha, cool. V-bar low resistance. That was done a while ago with those colours. Right, let's have a look. So first off, as I said right at the start, we're looking at longer time periods right now. We're not looking at short term. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, so rejected off that, so we can probably expect this to, I mean, the confluence here and support there. I'm going to mark this as confluence because it's on the 382. Okay, and I'm going to put that as 2 picks. Just because it's on the 382 fib, but it's also support, so I'll mark it as confluence. Okay, so if we lose that, we can pretty much guarantee we're looking at a 236 retest. Okay, which is also a good support. I'm just trying to I'm trying to be pixel perfect here, which is stupid. Shouldn't really try and be pixel perfect. Right, so I'm going to put support there, although it's confluence. I'm going to mark up a confluence below it, just so we can see it. And then let's make that a bit thinner. There we go, so it doesn't sort of drown it out. Okay, so I've got support confluence. That's going to be your major point there for Sui, okay, because it hasn't retested. I mean, well, no, that's a lie. It did here, and then it bounced off. Okay, so we're looking $2.50, and hopefully, provided Bitcoin doesn't shit the bed, it should be good. If not, 236, 177. That's on the weekly. Okay. Now let's have a look at the daily. So on the daily, you'd be looking 220. I'm just going to draw support and resistance here. About there. So 218. I mean, obviously, for some reason, there's support here, but that's this, the 382. Okay, so we don't need to draw the fib again. We know what that is. That's why that support's there. Okay, but there's support here, which you can kind of expect it to retest, I guess. Let's draw a fib. I don't like it when the charts aren't very clear. I mean, it's rejected off the 682 golden pocket. It has flipped bearish on there. Let me do this because I'm looking for longs when I shouldn't be looking for longs. Okay. In my head, I've got a bullish narrative because I see green. Okay. So that's a good visual cue for me that the price is actually going down. It's not going up. Okay. Because you never want to trade against the market. That's a bad thing to do. Okay. Now let me draw a fib here before the impulse. Oh, wrong one. For the impulse move up. What have we got? 236. So, okay, there's actually, it's respecting the 236 a little bit more than the 382. So the 382 is the wicks, but the 236 on the short term is where it's respecting, which we've lost. So this whole area here, and do that is confluence. Okay, so the 236 is quite close to the 382. Okay, so we'll see what happens here. If it loses this area, it's definitely coming down to the long-term support. Okay, so you've got support at 218, just below here, and then support at 173. Okay, and then the 4 hour again. Let's draw that. Although it's a bit easier this time because there's more red here. Again, this is actually turned into an ascending triangle. So that's support. Okay, it's not perfect, but look. Yeah, do you guys see that? That's actually quite interesting. Because volatility is starting to pick up as well. So it could do this. Could do that. That'd be interesting. I'm going to keep that. Okay. Short term, so he looks good. In terms of patterns, I quite like that. That also coincides currently with the confluence we're at on the weekly. If you go back and re-look at the charts, you've got the same. You can see the pattern, the triangle. It's just a bit steeper, but you know, holding the points of confluence here quite well. So, you know, Sui is definitely one to watch right now. Definitely. You know, that's 252 there, which is key level below here. So you know what, I'm going to draw that confluence down to there, which is same as here. But yeah, okay, so if we lose this area right now on the daily, if we lose this support, we're going to 175, but it kind of invalidates this wedge a little bit, not completely. I mean, you're looking down here. So that's something to be aware of, okay? That it could invalidate. But otherwise, that looks good. Patience. Let me write that on the chart. In capitals. Patience. Okay? So a lot of the alts are telling a story that alt season's on its way. They're telling that story. We just need patience. Okay? So yeah. Anything else you guys want me to have a look at? It's good. Definitely watch it, man. Everything's always worth watching. So set your alerts. That's the main thing. Alerts are a game changer if you learn to use them properly. So you can do on TradingView now on your support. So look, yeah, right click support. Jet clone, visual order. Did it not do it? I didn't click this. There you go. Add alert on horizontal ray. Yeah. So you learn to use your alerts, and then TradingView will send you a notification saying it's just hit this. Okay. So yeah. Alright, anyway, guys, I've been streaming now for 2 hours. I'm starting to get a bit of a dry throat for some reason. So I'm going to call the stream there. But yeah, any questions, feel free to ask. If you're found me through Twitch or anywhere else, check my bio links for Discord links. I've got Rangers Rambles, my Discord, and then Crypto Hub. I'm a community manager at Crypto Hub. You won't get anything different in any of the Discords I'm in. So if you found me in another Discord, you'll get exactly the same thing in regards to me. But obviously, you know, Crypto Hub's chill, man. Got a lot of activity. On that note, I'm going to love and leave you all. Don't forget to subscribe, please. It really helps me out. And hopefully I'll be able to do subscriber only streams soon, as well as regular streams. I'm not going to drop regular streams, but subscriber only streams will become a thing eventually. Obviously for those that pay in the relevant Discords, you know, you're going to want your own personal streams. So yeah, hit that like or subscribe and say hi. Cool. Peace out, guys.